this looks fun.
It's a medium, not a genre. It's not part-time, it's a lifetime.
Hey guys, Baron is back, and I'm not the biggest expert on marketing, but I imagine you would want to get some pretty good games associated with a new gaming console if you really want people to be interested in it. And in the Nintendo Direct of April 2nd, 2025, for the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 that hasn't been released yet at the time of this video, I feel like there's quite a few pretty cool looking games for that have been presented. And the price is a different story, but right now I will focus on which of these new Nintendo Direct games associated with the Nintendo Switch 2, which are going to be released in the future, are my most anticipated ones for me. And I feel like this would be a good format for it, just a little top 5, some honorable mentions around the end, and I think it'll be very fun, and let me know which games you're looking forward to too. I'm pretty excited. And with that being said, let's just get started. So at number 5, we have the newest game coming to the Pokemon world. It is Pokemon Legends ZA, and I've been a big fan of Pokemon for a while now, ever since Heart Gold. I just really been into the series, its fighting style, its characters, the mythos, and this next game looks like it's going to continue to build up on that by bringing us back to the Kalos region, and I am pretty interested in seeing what this game is going to do, adding the Legends Arceus type of gaming into this world, because Kalos has tons and tons of lore, and I love lore in video games, so I'm curious as to how that's going to be implemented. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of that, along with also the other characters, and just seeing how the gaming, the different aspects that have grown with Pokemon can be re-added to this world that was previously only really seen in the 3DS. So that's number 5. At number 4, we have the one and only Hollow Knight Silksong, a much anticipated game which really has felt like it's been in a little bit of limbo for a bit now. I really liked first Hollow Knight. I've been the first game, the first ending of it, haven't defeated the Radiant. It was too hard for me, but I made it really far. But I'm really excited to go and get into Silksong. Hornet strikes me as a pretty interesting character. Seeing the more of the Hollow Knight world through her eyes should be very interesting, and could even probably lead to more emotional beats than the first game, seeing how much we've seen of her and all the different adventures we could interpret from what's the encounters we've had with her as the protagonist in the first Hollow Knight game. So all I can say is I just hope it comes out somewhat soon. Who knows, all I know is that I'm pretty excited. Next up at number 3, we have Donkey Kong Bonanza. I have pretty nostalgic feelings for Donkey Kong Country on the Wii and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. And with that being said, with this upcoming title, despite looking more like it's going to fit into previous 3D games that came before that, which I've never played, I am really excited because it looks like there's a lot of fun ways that this world can work, the way you can mess around with it as Donkey Kong. I really like the way the game looks. The villains look really cool. I like the little, I think he's probably the headmaster of the group, but I like the gremlin energy they are leaving off, and I feel like the game just has this really charming vibe, which really is something which I just find super appealing about the Mario universe, and it's cool seeing it being brought to other characters like Donkey Kong and stuff. So I am very excited for that. So at number 2, we have Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. One of my biggest surprise games I've enjoyed, like from the Switch, would have to be Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. As before that, I've been hearing about the game. I know like some people like really, you can spend a lot of time in it. It's a big game. I wasn't sure how I had a feeling I would enjoy it, but I wasn't sure. And then I played and I ended up really enjoying it. Enjoying all the stuff you do, all the different ways it like adds to the mythos of the Calamity world that's established in Breath and Tears as well. And with that being said, I'm pretty excited for this game because there are a lot of factors. One is that I thought we were kind of done with this world that's been established in these more recent games in the Legend of Zelda universe. So I'm pretty happy like see it being done with this like backstory element from the Tears of the Kingdoms game, as I found that to be pretty interesting, and if it did feel like it needed something like this, like add even more of a like little addition to it and make it feel a lot more like we can just feel how Zelda felt when she was in like this timeline. It must have been crazy. But one thing that really caught my eye with this was the inclusion of the champions established in the game. I mean, I thought they would just be like sort of like a trophy or a goal that was like set up for the like new partners you would make in Tears, as I don't really mind if characters like aren't like really super like massively deep like some of the deepest characters, if like it doesn't really matter for the role they're given. But apparently there might be some more like added to these characters, and I'm pretty interested in what could be cooked up. So yeah, count me in. So now we're on to the honorable mentions. Starting off with Mario Kart World. I'm not the biggest fan of karting games. I've played a few of the Mario Kart games, and though I have fond memories of them, it's not really something I'd say I was really clamoring for more of. But adding Mario Kart 2 open world elements sounds like a pretty interesting like choice to make, and I gotta say I might be interested in possibly playing it. Sounds like something that can lead to some pretty interesting types of gameplay from a karting game of all things, and I'm like I said before, I want to see if this can win me over. Next up is Enter the Gungeon 2. Enter the Gungeon 1 is one of my favorite games on Steam that I've played. I've spent multiple hours on it. I've done many runs. I've died many times, and I am pretty interested in what the sequel could hold. I had no idea that they would be having a sequel. I thought that the world established in Gungeon was like already established enough from the first game, and what can I say, it's just I don't really mind more Gungeon at all. And with that being said, our last of the honorable mentions is Kirby Forgotten Lands Star-Crossed. And for this game, Kirby is my favorite Nintendo series of all time. Like I really think there are like no real bad games in the series, and even the spin-offs are really great. And I'm pretty interested in how this one's gonna like change things up from Forgotten Worlds. I really liked Forgotten Worlds, and I mean, as I implied, and I feel like the Star-Crossed elements look like they could add some pretty interesting additions to the game, and I do like the idea of going back to old worlds with stuff like this, changing them, and I feel like this is a great way for me to experience that, so I'm pretty hooked. But all that stuff is in the past. Now that I've said all that stuff, So on lists like this, I occasionally like have to choose between like if this choice really belongs here, if number 2 really belongs at number 2, or if it belongs at number 3, if number 3 belongs at number 5, if what the honorable mentions belongs in the top 5. But for this case, for number 1, as much as I tried to think of any other options, any other possibilities of what it could be, I just couldn't change the fact that Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 is my most anticipated reveal of the Flow event. And what's funny is that if this direct was like published like 2 months beforehand, I probably wouldn't even like really acknowledge this game that much, because I like just played Undertale and Deltarune for the first time like a month ago, and before that I had no idea like just how amazing it would feel. It would like so entrancing. The games were like had such great world building. It really felt like you were connecting with the characters and stuff. And with that being said, I was now, this like trailer came out at like the perfect time. I'm so excited for what Chapter 3 can entail. Might even be more excited for Chapter 4 because they're being a lot more secretive with it, which is actually a pretty clever way of like handling like releasing 2 chapters at once. And because you can like have Chapter 4 be more secretive while even Chapter 3 being more open, so you can like wonder about Chapter 4 while also having Chapter 3 and 1. And I'm looking forward to both so much. I am so excited. It can't come soon enough, and I can't stop thinking about Undertale and Deltarune. I might have a problem, but I'm glad that this game is coming out and stuff, and that's my favorite reveal of this direct. So that was the list. If you like what I've had to say, you can like and subscribe, because I have a bunch of other videos that are similar to this, which I feel like you may be interested in. So that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and you'll be catching this artist later. If you're tumbling down and your spirit falls, hope's on the way, we hear your call, a mission we're united as one, friends forever, yeah. Here we go, in no time we'll be at your side, we're a team on a roller coaster ride. Each one of us knows just what to do, never gonna stop, searching for you, oh, you.